Hello?
Hi.
Hello, everyone. Let us know if you can hear us.
Hi.
How is the audio? How is the camera? How are everyone today?
Yeah, can you guys hear us? I'm James.
James is a longtime friend of mine, also a fellow creator, and he's been my co-pilot for this course, really being my soundboard and helping me essentially produce this program. So I'm looking forward to walking you through breaking down what summer school is, the creator course program, and
So today we'll be doing a few things actually. So first, we're gonna get to know Michelle a little bit more for those who are new to Michelle's channel today, and then after we'll get into some Q&As, and then at the end Michelle's gonna give some tips on creating, so some of the editing and other secrets she has that makes her creation process a lot easier. I have a stack of Q&As from our previous lives. You guys asked some questions, so I'll get to them. But first, Michelle was curious who's in.
Where is everyone? Where's everyone from tonight? It is 8 p.m. here in LA. I'm just wondering, where is everyone viewing from? I'm just very curious.
Oh, so, let's see. Was that Amy? So what happened to the other summer school videos, Anna? So summer school, those videos were the pre-course, and then there was some confusion with where to go. So I didn't want anyone to be upset for paying for a course and having that for free. So as of now, there won't be any free summer school courses because the summer school program is starting in less than a week.
Mm-hmm. It starts next Wednesday. The first lesson drops next Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm seeing where everyone's coming from. We have Tennessee, we have Indonesia, San Francisco. Wow, there's a lot of people in the U.S. I actually thought, I don't know why, I just assumed more people would just sleep or everyone's staying up late.
Night owls, but,
yeah, we're all night owls. I'm definitely a night owl.
If you do have any questions from the previous lives about the 3 subjects that we did go over, you can ask it here and we'll get we can cover it here today also, but we didn't want to take too much of your time, so we're gonna try to go through as smoothly as possible. Ooh, Cambodia, Paraguay, Vancouver, so there's people out of the States also.
Nice. Welcome everyone. So the program today, just going to give a quick breakdown. I'm going to first walk you through my intro story for anyone who are not familiar with me. I'm going to walk you through my story, how I became a creator, and then we're going to walk you through the course and everything. So when everyone is ready. Let's see.
Angie had a question if this is an introduction or today the first half is going to be an introduction to Michelle and how she got here basically, and then after that will be Q&As, and after that will be the content creation tips that you have, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think she's going to do 1 or 2 projects quickly at the end to show you some of the cool stuff she does. If you do have any specific questions, you can answer, and then Kyle, our moderator today, will compile some questions and we'll answer it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and begin and move the camera to. Let's see. And I'm going to change this camera real fast.
Is my lamp annoying? It's fine.
Hold on. Do this real fast. I'm like doing all this, a 1-person show right here.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. And let me make this box smaller because I know last time a lot of people, they weren't able to read stuff. So I'll just leave it here. All right, we're going to begin.
Oh, hi, Monkey. I think we saw you yesterday. Have a good night. So, let's see.
All right. Okay, so welcome to summer school. I'm going to walk you through quickly the creator course, but before I do that, I wanted to give a quick intro to me. So the run of show, we're going to talk about my story, And the next segment is going to be why this creator course can help you with your career. So any of you who are watching, who are tuning in, and you're probably wondering, like, how is this course going to relate to me? I don't know if I want to be an influencer, or maybe you're in between jobs, or maybe I feel like a lot of people I meet too, and sometimes even myself, sometimes I feel like, gosh, what do I want to do with my career? And I believe like the philosophy that I'm teaching in this course is actually going to help strengthen your, just give you better direction on where you want to go with your career if you want to spend more time online and have meaningful monetization online. And after that, we're going to do an overview of the program. We'll have a Q&A. And then the last part, which I'm most excited about, because I want to reward the people who are staying. Yeah. So I'm actually going to do a demo on creating engaging content and also marketing strategy. So let us begin. Yay! Okay.
Who's this?
This is me. This is me, I think in kindergarten or first grade. So I'm Vietnamese American. Both my parents were immigrants from the Vietnam War. And when they came to this country, they came traumatized. They didn't have any money, and they didn't know the country. They didn't even know the language. And this was the household I grew up in. So because it was really tough growing up in a household like that, thankfully my mother, she was my inspiration. Truly, she was the angel in my life, because I would say she was the first person to inspire me to become creative, because growing up, I have fond memories of her like singing, and I used to watch her draw. She used to write poetry, and she would read it out to me in Vietnamese. It was so wonderful growing up with such an incredible person that truly she has inspired me. She is essentially my blueprint. So I give all my thanks to my mother, my inspiration, and the reason why I became a creative. And essentially, I grew up working in a nail salon. I don't know how many people here are Vietnamese Americans, but I think it is kind of like a stereotype, right?
Yeah.
It's a good stereotype. Like a lot of nail salons are managed and run by Vietnamese people. And my mom, she worked at a nail salon, and I grew up working in that salon too. So I spent a lot of my youth, my adolescent years in a nail salon. And the skills I acquired while working there and helping my mom out, one was customer service. I would answer the phones. I would manage the appointment book. I used to have like a fake voice that sounded older, so when I would pick up the phone, I'd be like, San Francisco Nails, may I help you? And I actually think that helped me become better at speaking, because growing up, I was incredibly shy. I never spoke. I was just very shy. I was very introverted, and I was too scared to talk. So being this customer service, I felt like I was role-playing as another person, so I didn't have to be me. I could become someone else, and I had this older, more mature voice that I would tap into. So that really helped me become more aware about customer service, and I'm actually really grateful about acquiring that skill. Also, like most salons, they have tons of magazines, and this was before the internet, and so the only access I had to knowledge like beauty and fashion and everything, culture, were through magazines and TV. So I grew up reading a lot of beauty magazines, and I believe that's where I acquired a lot of my beauty knowledge. Even though I wasn't allowed to play around with makeup, I escaped a lot in these magazines. And another interesting skill that I acquired was marketing, because my mom, she worked at the salon, and so it needed to be marketed, or else people, you know, how can we get customers? It was in this plaza that was really hard to see. So I learned a lot about like marketing in the phone book. Like we're having like dating myself here. Like before Facebook marketing, people use phone books. And so I learned a lot about like marketing through the phone book, making flyers and passing it out to people, and like trying to incentivize customers to come in by giving them free coffee, free snacks while they wait. And
how old were you?
Oh my gosh, I was like 8. I was 8, 9. I was already working. So
Yeah.
I enjoyed it though, honestly. I don't know if any of you have watched this show called Bob's Burger. It's imagine Bob's Burger, but instead of a burger joint, it's a nail salon. That was essentially my life.
Yeah.
And the last skill I acquired was understanding the power of beauty, which I think has helped shape me entirely.
Yeah.
Just seeing how, well, for one, like my mom, she was doing nails, and I saw how healing beauty was for a lot of these customers who were coming in. They were stressed out, and they had all their problems, and they were just venting to my mom. And so in a way, my mom became this therapist
Yeah.
to a lot of these customers, and I'm sure you understand that too,
Yeah.
because you also like work in service, and you
Yeah.
and you do a lot of like your clients and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they vent to you too. But there is this wonderful power of transformation that I saw through beauty, and so I knew that there was something really magical about beauty, and I was excited to tap into it. And so growing up my whole life, I loved creating. I would draw all the time. I wanted to become an artist. I wanted to become an animator. But my mom, she wanted me to, of course, I know it's a lot of people can relate to this, but our parents, they want the best for us. And she wanted me to have a more stable job that I wouldn't have to struggle, because during that time, it was actually very difficult for an artist to have some sort of income where they can have stability in their life. And she knew growing up that if, doctors, lawyers, engineers, one, they were respected, and two, oh yeah, I'm so thirsty. I'm like, my mouth is so dry.
Yeah.
And two, they had stability. They had financial stability, which she wanted for us, because she was an immigrant coming into this new country, and immediately my family were on food stamps. Like we had no choice. And so she knew me growing up here, I had the privilege of going to school. So she wanted me to use this chance to make something out of it. So it kind of crushed my hopes and dreams of becoming an artist. And out of guilt and out of love too, I decided to focus more on focusing more on moving my studies more towards the medical industry rather than the creative industry. So whenever I had any free time, I would spend most of my days in my room drawing. I created all these different mangas and comics. I created all these characters. Like this right here is an original character I created. I was always designing. I loved also drawing on the computer. And it was this form of escapism for me, because home life was incredibly hard. I grew up, I don't want to get too deep into it because it's very dark, but I grew up in a very troubled home. And school also gave me so much anxiety. Like I still have nightmares about school. And that's how much school traumatized me, because the school I went to, the people there were just so mean. And so I was anxious going to school. I was anxious going home. So I had no safe space. And the only safe space I had was my imagination, was me escaping into creating. And it gave me this outlet, this healthy outlet to express. And I also noticed people also enjoyed my art. In school, people would ask me to design their prom dresses, design their wedding dresses, and I felt like I had purpose with my skill. So fast forward to the internet. During this era of the internet, it was still very early. We had dial-up. And so the internet was very slow, but it didn't matter, because I felt like I entered into this new world where I could find people who were just like me, who didn't exist in my real world. People who were also interested in J-pop, in anime. I was the only Asian girl at school, one of the few Asian people. So I found my own community online. So it was so liberating for me to discover the internet. And during this time, I was kind of like a nomad. I was going to different platforms, trying to find my home, my space, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can relate to that when they want to start, especially like everyone knows you from YouTube, but you started before that too.
Oh, way before that, absolutely. I think the first social media site I ever joined was this platform called Asian Avenue. Don't know if I know Tom is laughing because he knows, but Asian Avenue, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It was a community where it was the most Asian people I've ever, I would enter into a chat room and everyone was Asian. So it was so cool. And I felt like I found a community of people who looked like me and I was represented. And then DeviantArt was also this other platform that just changed the game for me. It was the first time I saw artwork from people around the world. And it was also the first time when I realized I wasn't the best artist. Like normally, locally, I was the best artist at my school. And I was very competitive. I wanted to be the best because that's what I was known for. And then DeviantArt kind of it gave me like a giant piece of humble pie. I realized, there's people who are so good, and it really inspired me to become better. And then after that, I graduated into blogging. So I went from DeviantArt and finding these online communities to now creating content. And the content I was creating around this time were fandom sites, like this J-pop singer Ayumi Hamasaki. I created a fandom site for hers, and on my Zanga page was when I started to blog about myself. I created my online persona, essentially, called Rice Bunny, and she was this person that I wish I was in real life. Like, she embodied all aspects and all facets of who I really wasn't. So that was really interesting, like having that, creating this persona that I could kind of step into that gave me confidence. And then social media came around the corner, and this was when I started to feel like, oh wait, it felt like high school but now online. And so everyone started to come online. So I remember during the blogging days, even my friends at school, they didn't blog with me. It was my own secret world I was in. But the moment social media came, like MySpace and Facebook, everyone came online. And it was interesting for me because now I was interacting socially with people online that I knew in real life, not anonymous people. So that was interesting. And during that time, there were a lot of creators on MySpace who blew up, became famous. Remember Top 8?
Yeah.
Who remembers Top 8? They should bring that back. Imagine if Instagram brought back, or not bring back, but if they...
a whole new set of drama.
Oh, yeah, so much drama.
I remember. You removed me from your Top 8.
Oh, yeah. And then finally, the platform that changed the game for me was YouTube. This was, I've been creating content on all these different platforms for years. And it wasn't until when YouTube came, I felt like I had this amazing synergy with this platform. It felt almost like a symbiotic relationship. Like I got YouTube and YouTube got me.
Yeah.
Like I was able to make content, tell my stories through video, which I wasn't able to do when I was blogging.
Yeah. But I remember around this time, you were still kind of juggling a couple schedules too.
I was.
You were working.
I had a job. I was a waitress.
Yeah.
I was a part-time waitress during the weekends. I was a full-time student at an art college. And so, I decided not to go to medical school. I wanted to pursue, I told my mom, look, I want to achieve my dreams. I want to explore my passions. I promised her that I would find a way to make money while also pursuing my passion. I made that promise to her, and I was crying. I was on my knees. It was really intense, and I kept that promise with me in my heart.
And then, so what was your mom's reaction when you were...
She was so worried.
Yeah.
She was sad. She was crying too. She was scared about my future. Of course, like she wanted me to be happy, but she was also realistic. It's like most people knew at that time being an artist wasn't financially viable compared to being a doctor, an engineer, a lawyer.
Yeah.
And I think she was really concerned for me, but I knew in my heart, my intuition told me, just go to art school. There's something there for you.
Yeah.
Just go. And you know what it is? Like, I don't know if any of you know this. I've said this before in previous interviews, but when I went to Ringling College of Art and Design as a freshman student, that was the first year they gave out MacBook Pros to all the freshman students. So I was actually supposed to enroll in the previous, I think like the previous, I skipped a year essentially. So I basically took a hiatus year where I only focused on my Zanga page.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was able to enroll in college. And so had I gone to art college the year I was supposed to, I would have never received that MacBook Pro that was essentially the camera and the tool that was, it was the tool that gave me access to becoming a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Which is insane. So just shows you how like timing, even when you think you missed it on timing, you have to trust in the process. That's something I've learned on my journey is don't force opportunities to happen. Be prepared for them, but also trust in the timing too. When you feel like you missed out on something, it's probably because there's something else better waiting for you around the corner.
Yeah. So you went through a few social media platforms, and then right away, did you know YouTube was good, or?
Oh, I knew.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just knew that. I mean, this was during a time when if you wanted to watch any online content, you had to use this thing called Windows Media Player. Oh, our boba arrived. If you guys want boba, our boba arrived.
Windows Media Player.
But Windows Media Player, I'm really dating myself here. But essentially, you'd have to like imagine.
Yeah.
How would I describe this to people who don't know Windows Media Player? Imagine like you want to watch a full video, but you have to wait 15 minutes for the whole thing to load up, and you have to watch it in increments as it's slowly loading. That was the experience. And so when YouTube came out, and you could just press this little play button, and immediately the video plays because it was using Flash Media Player. It was complete game changer, like game changer. And I just knew this is it. This is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting to basically watch TV on the internet. And I knew that this would become the new TV for the future.
Yes. So I think a lot of people can relate to this story. My family also had a very similar viewpoint, and so the struggle is in the same space, I would say. But one of the things I think a lot of people have been asking is like when you do find a platform you enjoy, whether or not you have a lot of views or a lot of followers, it's like how do you know when to take that leap of faith to commit to this full time? Because a lot of people know like you need to make the effort and be routine on that platform to get more substantial community built. But if you're doing full-time and full-time work, full-time learning as a student in school, it's a bit hard, right? So how was your process like with that?
Well, okay, I'll give an example. So when I was on DeviantArt, if you're looking here, when I was on the online community, I was not getting a lot of engagement.
Yeah.
I wasn't actually growing. And I was on it for years, like at least 2 years, and I wasn't growing.
And that's when you had a hiatus? Like from school?
I wouldn't. No, my hiatus was around here when I was blogging.
Okay, so you were in school, took a little break.
Yeah, after high school, I took a year hiatus, and all I did on Zanga was post almost every single day, and I would respond to every single comment, and that's actually how I grew my audience. And I'm actually curious to see if there's anyone in the chat here that knows Zanga, or if because I still get messages from people who say they're still following me from the Zanga days, and this is like 2005. People are still following me, so this is something that I want to teach in my creator course is don't chase followers, build a community, because they will find you. They will find, like, if they care for you, they have this amazing connection with you, they will follow you on wherever you go, whatever platform you go, they're gonna find you there.
Yeah, so how did you transition from...
Oh, Alice says, yes, Zanga.
How did you transition from doing like partially school, partially content creation to just... because you didn't finish art school, right?
Well, I finished my junior year and I had my senior year left. But even during that time, even when I was blogging and I was in high school, I didn't have a social life. And so the social life I had, whatever social life I could have had, all went into creating content, being a creator, exploring. Also, like, part of creating is you have to also nourish yourself. You have to explore the internet and find new ideas so that you can share them. So I spent a lot of time online just being like, I was basically like a degen online, just like
Yeah.
learning as much and then also creating at the same time too. And even during the time when I took my hiatus, I did the same thing.
I see.
And also when I went on YouTube,
Yeah.
and I was posting, I wasn't even doing it for money. I just enjoyed creating. I loved it so much. Just like how back then when I was drawing in my room, it's the same thing. I was doing it for free because it was something I was passionate about, and it was also something I was good at. And on top of that, I was gaining amazing engagement. So I think that's something that's going to be really important on your journey is having some sort of feedback where you're seeing that you're growing, where you're seeing that people are receiving whatever it is that you're creating, and you're getting a positive response and you feel good about it. And so that was, for me, it was really YouTube because I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it way more than blogging.
Yeah. But you had a part-time job, right?
Mhm.
And then was YouTube eventually able to, pay the bills?
Well, let's continue.
Yeah.
So this was my Zanga days. I think this was actually before I started posting on YouTube. So I posted on YouTube around May of 2007. This is February. And yeah, like I was like creating art, and that was like on my DeviantArt art, and I wanted to look cute. I would dress up. I'm wearing here like I think it was, what is this, like Aeropostale sweater. I spent like all my money on that sweater.
Camera quality pretty good.
You know what it is? I got this camera that you could flip, and so that was actually a game changer for me. Like this was the prequel of what we know of as front-facing camera. This Sony camera that my friend gifted to me. You could flip it, you could swivel it. So I was able to like pose and see myself, because back then people would have to like basically take a picture, and then it's by chance. By chance they'll get like a good picture. And then, so I graduated from blogging to YouTubing, and this was really where I just felt so fulfilled personally, creatively. I felt like I was being challenged. And I was, and look at the views, like it's amazing. I got amazing. This was the best engagement I got out of all of the different platforms I was exploring and creating on. This was it for me. So.
Is this the same channel as this?
Yeah, it is. It's actually still the same channel. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's insane. So I wanted to talk about the sweet spot, like why YouTube over all of the other platforms. One, it's because YouTube gave me the ability to play around with makeup, and it gave me confidence. And so I have to thank YouTube a lot for helping me build my confidence, whether it's like me, like my face, and like how I see myself, how I perceive myself, and also speaking. I was really bad at public speaking. I was actually scared of public speaking. And I think in the beginning of this live, you saw how I was kind of fumbling because I only had 5 minutes to set up the camera and everything, right?
Yeah, LA traffic.
LA traffic, I had 5 minutes. I was like freaking sweating bullets and everything. Thankfully, I was able to set everything up. So YouTube gave me confidence, and it gave me the ability to have, in a sense, some sort of stage presence. And also, I was able to be a big sister to more people because, I am a big sister. I have a little sister. I love being a big sister to her. And I think I enjoy even more being a big sister to a lot of people. I get so many comments from people saying, "You raised me. I grew up watching you." And so I learned so many cool big sister hacks and tips that I was able to teach and share. And also another sweet spot was like I was able to explore my weird little niches and interests and share it. So, now anime is cool, but back then anime was not cool. People thought anime people were weird and nerdy and they smelled, which is not true because I did not smell. Right? But like I loved anime, and I was so excited to create content around anime and finding people who also shared the same interest as me. And I would say the last sweet spot was because you're a creator, you're constantly creating, because you're giving so much, you also have to receive. And so part of that receiving that I like to do is researching. I like to spend a lot of time learning, being a student, being curious. And during this time, I was able to learn so much about beauty. So I had to learn a lot about beauty so I can share it to people. And I remember reading about this mask called the aspirin mask.
I tried that.
It works.
I did it.
It works.
I guess I saw the video.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Did anyone try the aspirin mask? It totally works though.
Yeah.
So if you have acne, like, that would be an interesting thing to see if it blows up on TikTok ever again. The aspirin mask.
I totally tried that.
I totally did too. So this is to answer your question. So I quit my job for YouTube. I was able to finally quit when I was part of their partners program, but it didn't happen right away. So today, if you want to monetize from YouTube, you can pretty much monetize instantly if you want to. Just make sure that you're not using copyrighted music. And so this is why I have another creator platform called Thematic that helps with that. And so during this time, the partners program, when it came out, sorry, I have like a skin on my lip that's really bothering me. I have to rip it. Okay.
No one saw that.
No one saw that. So partners program was a creator program that was manually done. So you would submit your channel to the program, and there was actually like a human person reviewing your channel, and they would reach out to you within 2 weeks. And so this was really the game changer moment for me, because I was able to secure a partnership with YouTube where we would do a split revenue share. And so when I first submitted, the person got back to me and said, hey, normally I don't say this to anyone, because normally if someone doesn't qualify, we just tell them sorry, but your videos are so good and you have such good engagement, just try, like, make 3 to 4 videos where there's no copyright music, and I can get you in. And I was like, what? Bet. And so I spent like a week creating all new content using royalty-free music. So there's like there's like videos in older videos where you can see me using like old classical music and everything. And then I applied and I got accepted. And so I was able to make money, but it's not what you think. At first it was like 25 cents a day, 50 cents a day. But every day as I was it actually seeing those numbers and seeing how I have potential in growing, it inspired me to create better content. I started to think of like cool new ways to get better engagement, and I went from 25 cents a day to $5 a day, $20 a day. And I told myself, if I can make $50 a day, I can then quit my job, because I would essentially break even. So that moment came, and this was at the height of the economy crash in 2008. I went in and I told the restaurant that, I'm not even giving him my 2 weeks. I'm quitting right now. But thank you for everything. Yeah. And I was so grateful for the opportunity. And they're like, so what are you going to do? And I told them, I'm going to do YouTube. And they're like, what? You can make money on YouTube? And
What about school?
School, I was still doing it. But I finished at the time, I think I finished my sophomore year in college. And I had 1 more year left, and so during this time I was juggling school, but because I didn't have a job as a waitress, I had so much free time now to create. So during the weekends, I just made a bunch of content, and I took that time to also engage with the comments, and I was still blogging on Zanga. So I had my blog. I whatever I posted on YouTube, I would create supplementary content on my blog. And of course, like school, I had to still do school, which was it was interesting.
So, did you eventually left school, or did you continue on?
So what happened was, I was approached by, Lancome reached out to me during a summer, and they flew me to New York, and I had a good meeting with, I believe at the time, the GM of Lancome USA, and they wanted to have a partnership with me where every month I would create a video for Lancome. So it was essentially one of the first influencer partnership at this time. This was in 2009, I believe, and I would also, this partnership, it required me to fly to New York pretty often. So that's when I decided I didn't want to quit school. I told myself, I'm just going to put school on hold for a year and let me try out. Let me go harder on YouTube. And also I have this amazing opportunity with Lancome. Let's see where it takes me. And worst case scenario, if it's nothing, if it's a fluke, whatever, I can learn what I can learn. And then I'll go back and finish school. And I remember at the time before I left, my teacher was asking me, like, why are you spending so much time on YouTube and not on your art skills? Because don't you want to become an illustrator? And I told him, I do, but just like DeviantArt, you know, like there's so many other illustrators and artists who are technical skills wise, they're way better than me. But if I can have on my resume that I have this YouTube channel, I can make this content, maybe it'll give me, it might be able to give me more of a competitive edge compared to other applicants. That's literally what I thought. I didn't think that I would have a career like this. I just thought like, yeah, that totally makes sense. Like if I had to hire someone and I saw someone they were making YouTube videos and they were doing really well, killing it, and they can make content, I would totally hire that person. So that's just me though.
so those, like the people that you knew when you were working, and then your peers at schools and your family, like they were hesitant at first, right? So when did their opinions change about it? Did you see? Did they say anything about it?
Well, I didn't tell anyone about this. It wasn't until when Lancome happened, everyone started to know, because I was on the front page of Lancome and there was a photo shoot and everything. So a lot of people in my family saw that, and even my mom, and she was so proud because coming to America, Lancome was like a dream brand for her, that she couldn't really afford. And whenever they had those gift with purchases, if you buy a product and you get multiple gifts with purchases at Dillard's, she would always like splurge on like one product and then get the gift with purchases. And I enjoyed those gift with purchases too. That was actually the inspiration for Ipsy, but that's another story.
So after Lancome, was she comfortable with your decision?
Totally. After that, she was like, okay, Michelle, you promised me you would find a way to make money doing what you love. Whatever it is that you are trusting in, just trust in it. I'm going to pray for you. And what I was trusting in was my intuition. Just against all odds, against all rationality, even my professors and everyone around me, they were just, not that they were holding me back, I wouldn't say it that way, but they were just apprehensive about this weird decision that I'm making. My heart, my intuition just told me to trust in this process. And I think because I found so much joy in it, I really enjoyed it. I think if I didn't enjoy it, I don't think I would have gotten this far.
And then I know one of your goals that you told me, and then it did happen, was to help your mom, because if you don't know, when you do nails, it is a lot of manual labor. And you're breathing in a lot of chemicals.
So I was always worried for my mom because I didn't want her to work at a salon when she's older. So I put so much pressure on myself to just figure out a way to retire my mom as quickly as I can. And man, that goal.
How many years after the Lancome thing?
2009, 10, 11, 12. 3 years.
3 years.
But those 3 years, holy crap. It was, man, I hustled. So I didn't sleep. I mean, it's kind of like right now with summer school, because I feel like I'm feeling the same stress with summer school, because I'm putting so much love into this course, like so much blood, sweat, and tears into this. But those 3 years, it felt like I went to college again, but I was getting paid. Like I was learning so much about corporate side of L'Oreal. And at that time, I was also developing a startup called Ipsy. I was raising money. I was learning how to raise money. I didn't even know that you could just go to rich people's mansions and just pitch them an idea and show them like, hey, I have 1 million followers. I have this really cool idea. Do you want to invest in it? And boom, they'll write like a check. Like I didn't know that was possible. So I was learning so much about this world that I was very unfamiliar with. So I had immigrant parents. Like we don't know about this. We just know what we know. And so it was a huge. It just felt like I entered into a new world. And on their side, they were so fascinated with what I was doing. They were like, they just couldn't believe it. They were spending hundreds of thousands of dollars having ads in magazines that were not moving the needle. And here I was making these YouTube videos, and they were selling out stuff through these videos. They just couldn't, they were so flabbergasted by it, because they were also spending, because they also had their own YouTube channels. They were spending millions of dollars on their YouTube channel, and it was only getting like, okay, maybe not millions, but they were spending like per video like around $100,000, like with the budget, which is a lot. That's a lot of money for YouTube videos, and it got like 500 views. And here I am filming this video on an airplane, showing people how to do makeup on an airplane, and it has like almost 1 million views. Like they were so shocked. But I told them, like, no, this is the future. The future is going to be user-generated content. The future is going to be this. People like me who are creative, and we can tell stories. And like maybe they don't have to be a talent where they're on camera, but maybe they're good at editing, maybe they're good at producing. But this is going to be the new economy. But I at that time, I guess like when you know a world so well, and that's all you know, it must be hard to understand a new world. And I feel this right now with a lot of people who don't understand crypto right now. I feel like it's because they only know this one world. But I'm the type of person, I have this personality where I love exploring. I almost have a childlike mind, which is something I want to help inspire in my creator course, is when you adopt a childlike curiosity, a childlike eye, and you can observe the world and not bring so much judgment into it, it's really incredible what can happen. Like the ideas that you can have, the perspective shifts that you can bring into your life, that is all you really need, to be honest with you. Sometimes you really just need a shift in perspective to understand things. And so at that time, I was trying to explain to them, like, yeah, this is the future. Why are you spending so much money on these ads and everything? Why not give this money to creators like me, where we can make videos and we're passionate about it? And there's a built-in audience. You don't have to like target people or anything. And that was really the beginning. And after that, now everyone gets it. Now everyone gets it. But I still feel like brands right now, the problem though, I can speak on this part because I do own a brand, but I'm also a creator. But I also work with other brands too. Is a lot of these brands, they still work with agencies, and these agencies, they work with models that I feel like sometimes can get too dated. So with the online world, things change fast, right, Tom? Like things change really fast in the online world. Like you might think a strategy that is working right now is going to be evergreen. Nope, I give it 6 months, then it's gone. And that's something that you have to be aware of. But a lot of these agencies, they are really big, they move slower. And so like a lot of the money that is being spent on their strategy just doesn't work. And so a lot of these brands are, they get frustrated because they're not seeing any meaningful return on these ad spends. And on the other side of the spectrum, sometimes like creators, and this is something I'm trying to help too, is I feel like most of the top creators, I wouldn't say I feel like, it's a fact. I would say the top creators, like the top 1%, they get at least 70% of the lion's share of the marketing budget, which I just don't understand why. Because I feel like, in a way, there's no middle class in the creator economy, and that's something that I'm trying to help push for. And with this program, I know with this program, we can help grow the creator middle class, where these brands, maybe for them, they don't need to work with the top creator. They would rather work with 20 really good up-and-coming creators who might not have the same amount of impact and views as the top one, but the ones that the ones that are growing, that are up and coming, they have better engagement because they're fresh, and also they're not jaded. Like the problem with like a lot of the top creators is they do become jaded, and it's part of it. Like I even became jaded. So I could be the first to say I became jaded.
And that's why you took a break.
It's totally why I took a break, because I realized when I first started on YouTube, not even YouTube, when I first started creating content, my fandom, my blog, I was doing it for free, and I was doing it because I loved it. And then like the moment I got a lot of eyeballs and a lot of views, And I'm grateful for the opportunity, but I did feel like I was being exploited by a lot of different people who, I get it, like they want me to have success, just like my mom. They want me to have success, but I'm also a very simple person. I don't need to drive like a crazy car. I don't need to be decked out in like designer clothes. I'm pretty simple. I don't need I'm not trying to live that type of lifestyle, you know what I mean? And I feel like sometimes like a lot of people in this space, especially like people who are trying to like get deals and stuff, like they're still operating from a place of like hustle and making money. And I think it's important to balance that. Like you can't only do hustle and making money. You also have to nourish your creativity, and also most importantly, like the audience, they connect with you not because of money, but because you shared something really meaningful and really special. And so it's really, there is an art to balancing that, which is something I've been trying to do for a long time. I've been fighting to try to do, because it's important to make money. And this is something I talk about in the creator course, is there is a way for you to monetize off of your expertise. But if you only care about monetization, you're not going to last long in this space, because you're going to get burnt out really, really fast. So just balancing out money and creativity, that's super important.
So I know during your break off of YouTube, you did focus a lot on your mental health. So within summer school, that is going to be the first chapter in focus, right?
Mental and emotional health.
So let's see if we can go through.
The next slide? I'm just a little screensaver.
Do you want to go through like how you got to summer school, like why you created it?
I created summer school because I think being a big sister, it kind of comes with this territory of wanting to teach, wanting to mentor, wanting to share, like sharing. Like big sisters, we share a lot, we share everything. And I love sharing things that have helped me in life, whether it's when I started off blogging, like my favorite Photoshop brushes to paint, to my favorite makeup products and sunscreen. And now today, my favorite meditation techniques, mental health techniques, and also most importantly, when I'm trying to teach with summer school, is my favorite techniques on how to have financial stability in your life while also having creative integrity too. I believe it is possible. And people who say it isn't, those are the people who forgot how to dream, to be honest with you. They forgot. Like I'm here to remind you that I still have my childlike heart. It's possible. It's totally possible, but it's going to take a lot of work. But if you love the work, it's going to be an incredible journey. Full of highs and lows. I don't want to give the wrong expectation. It's going to be amazing and awesome. Like, no, you're going to have moments where you're going to cry, you're going to break down, but it is part of the journey.
So I know you're one of the few that actually create content and run a business. And kind of expand past what is even expected of a content creator. Who's this class for then? Is it someone that's striving to be like you, or?
That's a great question. I think anyone who grew up and they thought to themselves that they wanted to become a singer, or they wanted to be an artist like me, or they wanted to be a storyteller, a director, they wanted to become a star. People who wanted to pursue their passion. This is who summer school is for. Are the dreamers. Summer school is literally for the dreamers like me. And the thing is, because I grew up with someone who, they hurt me growing up as a kid, but I learned a very important lesson from this person who was obsessed. Like, he was so obsessed with dreaming this and dreaming that. And I realized dreams are free. I can dream right now 20 different things, awesome ideas, but goals, that takes work. Goals are not free. Goals take work and energy and time and commitment, and there's discipline. But if you have these dreams and you can blend it with goals and you could stick with it, you can literally change your life, just like me, what I did. So I still believe I'm still a dreamer, but I'm also a dreamer that is a doer too. You need to dream and you need to do. So summer school is for the people who are dreamers but also doers. But the doers who need direction, who needs guidance, the doers who maybe they need a confidence, like a boost of confidence, like someone like me. Like, I'm here to hype you. Like, you can do it. Like, if I can do it, and I did everything through a webcam, you have phones now. Like, you have amazing phones. You have like TikTok where you can edit everything on it. You can do it too. And so that's who summer school is for. And it's not for people who, I also don't want to give the wrong expectation. It's only for influencers. Like, this is for anyone. Like, if you're a graphic artist and you want to do this full time, summer school's for you. Like, there's a way to do it. I could teach you techniques on like ideas on like developing a webcomic, how to grow that, and maybe one day you could sell that story to Netflix. There's so many different possibilities. It's really for everyone.
What about if you already have full-time job or full-time school?
Good question.
Yeah.
Just like me, whatever, like, just don't have a social life. You have to sacrifice something. Just don't have a social life. I mean, okay, maybe not, don't be extreme about it. Like, you, like, give yourself time to have moments of nourishment with friends who nourish you, not drain you, you know? Like, real friends and family, people who are there for you, who love you, they're not going to guilt you into hanging out with them. So, like, think about all the people who guilt you into hanging out with them. Just be careful. And energy is money in a way. Energy is everything. Like, the biggest commodity in the universe is energy. Our time is energy, so use it wisely. I think about in my past how I threw away so much of my time because I felt guilty. I had to hang out with all these people and, you know, fucking entertain them and shit. And it's like, nope, no more. No, none of that. I only want to give my energy to people who are ready to receive it. And this is also why summer school is not going to be free. Like, I've been making content for free since I was 15. This is not going to be free because I in a way, it is a commitment. Like, it's $500. I think what I'm giving you is literally priceless because I'm literally teaching you 15 years worth of my own personal experience on how I was able to do this. And the best thing about this is with knowledge, you can always pass it on. You could share this with people in your life who you think might need it. Like, maybe you're not, maybe for you, you don't want to be the star, but someone in your family or a friend of yours that you know of, they could potentially be an amazing star on camera, but maybe they don't have the help or they don't have the strategy. Tell them about summer school. Like, learn it with them and grow together. Maybe help them edit or help them produce or help them build their community. There's, like, even with James and I, like, we're helping each other. We're both creators, but we're both helping each other, amplifying each other.
So you think so I started out shy and very socially awkward. So if you start out in that manner, or you're creating casually, or you're doing it part-time and you want to be a creator, and we do take this course, what can we expect to be in the end of it, you know, when we finish?
Well, you're not going to be creating casually. You're going to be creating with intention. You're going to have a content calendar. You're going to have a schedule. And maybe if you don't want to make content, you can help build communities for other people who are creating content. Or maybe not even for content. Maybe, I don't know, I'm thinking about people who are in crypto. Maybe you're launching a crypto project, but you need, a lot of these crypto projects, they need a face. They need someone who's a trusted voice because so much of the trust has been broken in this space. So think about, but the thing is, like, I still believe in the innovation in that space too. So there's opportunities there. There's also people who are in between jobs, especially in retail. Oh my gosh, like, just seeing like how many stores are shutting down, how retail is literally, it's so sad just seeing like what's happening. Even like, remember like growing up going to the mall, and now when you go to a mall,
it's empty.
It's so empty. It's so sad. Like, all this space, like where, and I was thinking about all the jobs, you know? And see, I like to find opportunities even despite how unfortunate an outcome can be. I'm a silver lining type of girl. I'm like, wait, if I was in retail and I got laid off, I know I have good customer if I would be someone who would have good customer skills, but like
Yeah.
part of retail is having good customer skills, right?
Yeah.
Customer skills, customer service, that skill set is so crucial in the online world. Building relationships,
Yeah.
nurturing a community, but most importantly, if you're a live streamer, you're essentially customer service
Yeah.
to a lot of people. And there's actually like people I know who go online and they are on this e-commerce live platform. They left retail to go full-time live streaming, and they're making $20,000-$30,000 a month selling Japanese stickers and snacks, and they get to every day, like they get to interact with their community, they get to grow with them. They're making better money than they did in retail.
Yeah.
But they had to take that chance. And in the beginning it wasn't easy. In the beginning, in the first few months, and sometimes even the first year. Even the first year, the growth is small, but you have to be consistent. This is something that I have shared to so many creator friends of mine who are huge now. They're bigger than me. 2 years. Just invest 2 years, but you need to be consistent in those 2 years. Just like me, in those 3 years, I was able to retire my mom. I was so freaking consistent.
Yeah.
That's the key to success, is repetition, consistency, and being, and just also most importantly, being incredibly intentional
Yeah.
with where you project your energy.
Yeah. So should we take a look at the website?
Yes,
Yeah.
let's do it.
She actually designed this website herself.
Actually, let me go back to us, because I want to. Hello, hi, we're full
we're
screen
big
again.
now. Yes.
Whew.
Um,
Let me go in
or we could just talk about.
Now I want to
maybe-
show the website.
Yeah. Okay. You did design it, right?
Actually, should I open the Figma page? That could be fun. And Figma got purchased by Adobe.
Oh wow.
It was announced today for $20 billion in stocks, and also I think some cash too. So congratulations to the CEO. That's awesome, because Figma is a fantastic creator tool. I think it was actually very smart that.
Yeah. So you built this on Figma, correct?
Yeah, I want to show it first on Figma, and then, and I've never designed like a website like this. First time. And I didn't even learn, I didn't go on any YouTube tutorials on Figma. I even asked a few of my friends who use Figma. They're like, it's one of those tools where you just have to go in and just figure it out, which is kind of cool. Like, I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to share screen with video. Okay, so I made this on Figma. Yay, summer school.
Can you see it? Yeah.
You can see it, right, everyone? I just want to make sure. Okay, so you could see here, I wrote here, summer school, it's about empowering a generation of creators to finally become the main character. Summer school is a digital course led by mentor Michelle Phan. It is designed to teach you what it takes to shape your own story, from developing your digital identity, finding your community, to becoming financially sovereign. And this is like a video part. But this is the Figma page, and then the website is here it is.
So the website's summer.
Oh, look at the cursor, it's so cute.
Oh yeah.
It's so vintage. And then you have the intro video here, which I'll play as a commercial break, because I want to take a quick little break after this. What is the creator economy?
Well, let's talk about how much does this cost for summer school?
It's going to be $500.
Yeah. So it'll be $500 right there. And then there is options to pay in installments.
Yes.
And which I believe it's
it's going to be Shop Pay by Shopify.
So that'll be $125 every other week, right? And then I think PayPal is also acceptable, and then Bitcoin is also acceptable.
Yes, and 10% off with Bitcoin.
Yeah, there are 4 chapters, so 4 weeks for this.
Oh, let me go back to the presentation.
And then,
to talk about it. But yes, it's going to be 4 chapters, 4 weeks. Let me go back and present this. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Here we go. So we're going to have 4 different chapters, and every week, every Wednesday, I drop a video and I drop worksheets with it. So you get worksheets and you get a video. And the following Monday after, I go live on our private Discord channel, which I want I highly recommend everyone in this space to join Discord, because I think Discord is an amazing tool to stay connected.
Yeah. So Discord will be where you guys can stay in touch as a community. She will go live every Monday. So
Let me show the Discord.
That will be
I could show it later.
4 lives.
It's gonna be 4 lives, yeah.
4 lives. That's where you will review the chapter, and then you'll also do some behind the scenes stuff like you're doing today, right?
Yeah,
like the editing.
yeah. The cool thing about Discord is I can go live like this and share my screen, and you all can watch me. I can even bring people on stage with me too, and I can show you just what I do, like how I edit, how I do like a brand marketing, just like basically how I work, like what I do in this world. And the cool thing is I'm going to also be bringing in guests, people who are also in the creator space, that relate to each chapter. So chapter 1, Ready Player U, this is really about prioritizing your mental and emotional health, because this was something that I backburnered for so long, and it actually it backfired on me. It's actually partially, I know for a fact, because I didn't take care of my mental and emotional health. My hiatus was 3 years long at least, and I'm just now getting out of it. I'm 35 now, and I was finally able to heal a lot of traumas that I just pushed in the corner, and I wanted to forget about it. And it comes out in very toxic ways that you can't even imagine. So this chapter, I think, is the most important. If I had to go back and start over my entire journey, I would make sure that my mental and emotional wellness is balanced. And I have techniques, like breathing techniques I want to teach you that helps me. It's 6 breath technique that was taught to me by this incredible ascended master. And the best way for me to describe it, it's like the best clarity you'll ever get. It's this feeling that you get in your head that's like, wow, like it's almost addicting, and it's just breathing. So I'm going to teach you that technique, and you can use it anywhere. You can do it standing up, sitting down, laying down. I've taught it to James.
Yeah. So those are things we do when maybe you're a little bit stressed, or you need to think on stuff. Sometimes when I can't figure out what I want to create, the breathing technique or exercise helps with that. It's a form of meditation.
It really is.
And then for content creation, as a lot of you guys have mentioned, like burnout is a real thing.
It is.
So keeping grounded, meditating, taking
this
time
is how you're going to last long in this space. It's taking care of this.
And
so
then what about chapter 2?
Oh, chapter 2 I'm excited about. This is when we become the main character.
Yeah.
So essentially I like to paint out the image that the creator ecosystem is like this open world game.
Yeah.
Like Zelda Breath of the Wild, like Dark Souls. It's open world. You can become anyone. You can do anything. But the most important thing is you have to know your story. And so part of this chapter is about teaching you how to become a really good storyteller. Because I believe, because we all have our own stories, we are essentially storytellers, but that doesn't mean we're good at telling stories. There's actually people I know in my life who I want them to take this, just this chapter, because they're always telling me stories, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I can't hear you, I can't do this anymore. And so there's techniques on telling better stories, and also most importantly, becoming the main character. Like I really want to help you hone and identify who you truly are, so that when you create your digital identity online, it truly embodies and it amplifies essentially your superpower, which I believe we all have our own superpower. You can call it a skill or talent. I like to call it a superpower.
So people that's already creating or have a channel, this chapter will help them also?
I think so. It could actually also help them evolve and rebrand themselves. So if you are already a creator, this chapter would be great. It's a great way to kind of like reinvent yourself in a way. And let's say you're not the type of person to want to be on camera, but you want to do a podcast, or you want to do a webcomic. I really believe as a storyteller, it really starts with you. So it doesn't matter what type of story you want to tell, whether you want to be the star or off camera, you need to own who you are. And so this chapter is really about owning you and
So
bringing out the best of you.
So if you already know what you're good at but want to expand, that is good for this chapter, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And then if you don't know,
and if you don't know, this chapter is going to be so helpful because I have techniques and ways and thought experiments that you can play around with that can help you identify your talent, your skill, your superpower.
Yeah. What about chapter 3?
Chapter 3 is going to be fun. It's going to be captivating. I'm going to essentially help you with content ideation and formatting and building your online community. So like when people think of content, they just think, oh, I just need to film something. But there's so much more to that. I like even here, Tom, who is here, I consider him to be one of the master content creators that I really respect. I really do. And one thing I like about Tom is that he is constantly, you could see that he always keeps the format fresh. And I think that's really important is most people, when they think of content, they just copy what other people do, but they're not thinking about the formatting.
Yeah.
Formatting is everything, especially on TikTok. YouTube is content-led, TikTok is content format-led, which is, think about it. When you go on TikTok, you're not looking for the content, you just get captivated by the format of what it is. But on YouTube, it is about the content. And so every platform will have its own, in a sense, language, like content language that you need to be, what's the word I'm looking for? When you need to articulate better with. Like I can't take what I know on YouTube and then adopt that onto TikTok, because TikTok has its own language. And same thing with Instagram. Instagram right now, it's going through an identity crisis, I feel. So it's kind of like, let's just wait for Instagram to figure it. Instagram needs to read chapter 2 and figure out, become the main character again.
Okay, and then chapter 4 will be the last chapter.
Yes, and I think this is the chapter that everyone's going to be so excited about, is how do I make money doing this?
Yeah.
And that was actually my struggle too when I was creating content online. How do I do this for a living? I love this. And I believe it is an art.
Yeah.
There is an art to monetization. There's an elegant way of doing this. There's also a shameless way of doing it, which I'm not here to judge. There's a spectrum of shame that I think people like, just explore it. If you want to be more shameless, like it might work. You'd be surprised.
And some people have fun doing it.
And they totally have fun doing it. And I'm not here to judge. I'm like, go you, as long as you can like buy yourself time to be happy, go you.
Yeah.
But I'm not, my spectrum of shameless is, I'm much more dialed back. I like to work really hard for my money in a way and earn it in a way that aligns with my values in a sense, which is totally fine, it's personal, but I talk about the universal way of doing it. And then I will probably share like some techniques on like essentially how to market and package the value that you can offer to brands or to investors or even to your audience who many times I believe your audience, they are essentially your supporters. They want you to continue creating because they are also super fans.
Yeah.
So
depending on how far we want to go as a content creator, there will be tools for us there. Like if we just want to do it part-time or
100%,
full-time, or if we want to be a billionaire.
Yeah, 100%. If you want to be a billionaire, I would definitely start looking into Web3, crypto, and metaverse, which I'm going to touch on.
Yeah.
But I think like that's going to probably be an entirely, I don't know, we'll see. Like I'm actually curious, like if I'm seeing a lot of the students are ready for Web3 and they want to learn more about crypto, Bitcoin adoption, I might add more to that, but I do feel like it is a huge learning curve and I want to be responsible about teaching it. This is partially why I don't talk and share about any of the other altcoins in the space. I only talk about Bitcoin because Bitcoin is literally like it's digital property. It's like buying a house. It's not like buying a stock in a company. So again, like another topic. But I saw like a few messages or comments from people like, are you going to talk about Web3?
Yeah. Yeah, and then, the other parts will be the lives on your Discord server. And then
Oh, I wanted to talk about, let's go back to so essentially
mhm.
with chapter 1, if it's about your mental and emotional wellness.
Yeah.
After this week, essentially you will have more clarity on who you want to become and where you want to go, which I think is so important.
Yeah.
Because most people who become viral online, they don't know how to capture that. And sometimes because they're not aware, like they don't even have a brand presence or anything. And that virality, is that a word? The viralness disappears, and they weren't able to strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah.
And they lose that momentum, and it's gone. So like, it's being viral, it's like lightning hits you. You can try your best to create and recreate an effect like that, but it's
Yeah.
really hard. But once it strikes, you want to get ready for it. So this will get you ready
Nice.
for that. And then becoming the main character is really about like identifying what type of who you're going to be online. And you see, after this week, you're going to have a strong digital brand identity. And so if I could relate it to me, like, I do have a brand identity. People know me as this, and there's an aesthetic to that, and there's a texture, there's a sound, there's a whole vibe, a whole mood to it. And so this is what I'm trying to help teach people, because even if let's just say you want to launch a brand, this would be an amazing chapter to help you hone in on what you want your brand to look like, and how you want people to feel when they see your brand.
Yeah.
And then after this week, where it's about content ideation and creating community, you're going to feel, your creative soul will feel nourished, and you'll know what you'll want to create and share with the world. And you're going to be excited about creating.
Yeah.
That's what I really want all of you after this week. I want to hype you so much about just creating, because I think when you're excited about your creation, people can feel it on the other end. The audience will feel it. So try to keep this excitement. Like, I want to try and nurture and keep that excitement alive for as long as you can in your career. And of course, after this week, you will have, for the monetization, you're going to have a better strategy on monetizing your expertise.
Yeah.
So
Nice. So then, I know we had to private the previous lives we did because we want to include this in the summer school. So initially, summer school was, you did three or four classes before this, and then so after this, all the lives are just going to be for the people that are enrolled into summer school. So the Discord lives will be recorded and saved on summerschool.global. And then
you'll have access to it. So if you
Yeah.
can't access the lives, you will still have access to
Yeah.
it. It's going to be recorded, and it will be there ready for you.
and then your previous few lives, that will be on summerschool.global also, correct?
The previous ones I did?
Yeah, on YouTube.
I don't know. Because I care so much about the quality of audio quality.
Yeah.
Some of them weren't good, which I will talk about in my demo later.
Yeah. So she's very she loves audio quality. That's one of her favorite things about creation.
Yeah.
So if it's not the best, then she.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't even bother watching it.
Okay. And then, so what would be, basically, I guess the last question is to like round up what we will get when we enroll. I know I actually did enrolled yesterday, so
Oh, you
there
did?
there was a chapter, a current chapter, introductory chapter, right? And then, so there are homework assignments, and then there's a PDF that you can read with right now there's a letter that you wrote, and then there's a lot of worksheets.
Should we show them like a preview of? I wouldn't even
The
call this, I mean, because this is just orientation. So when you do sign up, the first class will drop this coming up Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah, you can show
But there
them.
is a PDF just as an overview, but I want to show you, because I'm so proud of it. It's so pretty. I just like pretty things.
So this is the current the PDF we
I'm
get.
just going to scroll through it really
Yeah.
fast.
So on there it says every Wednesday the next chapter we released, right?
Yeah, it's so pretty. Boom,
Yeah.
boom. It's so nice. I love it. 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 It's so
And
cute.
then there's some questions we fill out and we upload on the website. So then with that, you will be discussing on your Discord live on Monday, and then also anyone that uploads if there's any inquiries, you'll address it.
Oh,
You'll
sorry.
address it on that day, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So let me see. On here, it does say what it comes with. So it does come with access to the Discord server.
Yes,
So-
we have a private Discord channel. So right now, I have a public link for anyone who just wants to join the group, and there's a public chat.
Yeah.
It's super public. Maybe I can show it.
Yeah.
So you
But
can
on
see.
the private server, that's where the magic happens. That's where her lives will be at. I think there's an AI bot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's an AI bot.
We're gonna have an AI bot here,
to
so we can create art together.
On there.
I'm
which
so excited
is
to
one
use
of
it.
the
Here, let me show you.
brainstorming techniques you can use to come up with new ideas. So every Monday after it is dropped, the chapter. So
this will
chapter is
be-
dropped on Wednesday, lives on Monday to review, and it'll be on Discord. And then, ooh, look at the
Ooh, yes, we're making some art.
So yesterday in the live, that's what you made, I think, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's very fun, actually.
it's super fun. We're
Mhm.
gonna have so much fun.
So we get the access to Discord. There'll be the lives with you on Mondays.
Yeah, every Monday I go over the previous week.
Mhm.
We go over the assignment. I answer any questions,
Yeah.
and I'll leave it open ended just to see how people are doing, how they're feeling, and I want to be able to call in some guests to join in on the Discord too, to ask any questions,
Yeah.
and to share any insights.
And then there are some gifts, right?
Oh yes. Well, we don't have it here, but we do have a limited gift offer for anyone who purchase. You will receive. Wait, can I find it? Did I? Let me look for it real fast while you entertain the.
Well, so there's a couple of gifts. So everyone that does sign up, you will get a physical copy of the workbook that she was just showing. So you first will get a PDF copy. I believe when we do take our course and upload our worksheets or homework, there's a section where you can ask Michelle questions, and then if there are common
at
questions, she
Kendall.
will include it in the physical workbook at the end. So after we finish our 5 weeks, so
Isn't it beautiful?
introduction and 4 weeks after.
It's a wonderful candle. Oh, the smell! Like we need to make this permanent.
Yeah.
It's my favorite candle. It's so good. James created this amazing scent. I think we went through like 40 different
Yeah.
scents, and this was like the perfect one. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is summer school. So this is a free gift with purchase,
Mhm.
but it's limited. So make sure you sign up before they
Yeah.
disappear.
And then the physical workbook isn't limited though, so everyone will get that, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So then basically we'll compile some of the questions that you guys have on the chat during the break, and then we'll get back. But to sum it up, summer school starts on when?
Summer school starts on Wednesday. So cart closes on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we have a very limited window for enrollment. Cart closes on Wednesday, and I begin the class the following Monday. I go
Yeah.
live on the following Monday. So
Yeah.
make sure you get a spot, guys, because
And then for those who
run
did
out.
start yesterday or today or
Yes, welcome.
before Wednesday, we do get that chapter, introductory chapter to do. There is homework.
There's just one simple homework. And for those of you who enrolled yesterday,
Yeah.
I uploaded this morning. I updated the orientation video because I wanted to add more bells and
Yeah.
whistles, and I just wanted to make it nicer. And there's also a letter,
Yeah.
like a video letter from me, which I really enjoyed
And
making.
then I think yesterday you said like the time commitment involved is just about like 1 or 2 hours for summer school.
I think so.
right?
Yeah, not that long.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
only time that might be longer is if you're hanging out with Michelle on the lives. How long that takes depends on what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
But I guess that's it. We're gonna take a little break and we can go to questions after, and then after that, Michelle's gonna show you some techniques with editing.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back, everyone. Hey, oh, we're still here. Hello, welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for waiting. I ordered some food. I ordered some Korean food, so I'm super excited to eat that later tonight.
Let's see.
And I am actually looking forward to doing these cool demos with you. I was wondering, what do you think? Should I share some of these tips, you think?
Yeah,
Sure.
I think some of the tips, these are some questions.
Oh, we got questions? Great. Amazing.
Yeah, one of the questions here is the candle shipped worldwide, and it is, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So if you order it, it will be shipped to you. Maybe worldwide would take a little bit longer, but yeah, it will be shipped. What time are the lives on Monday?
I haven't decided yet because I want to see where most people are from.
Yeah. If you want to help, actually, when you turn in your homework assignment, you can include what time you want
that
it
would
to,
be great. That would be great.
Yeah, then we can schedule it. But
I'm definitely more of a night owl, so I
Actually-
like nighttime stuff. How's everyone? But see, the thing is, it depends on where you are in the world.
Yeah.
Like nighttime can be morning so.
yeah.
We'll see. What were some other ones?
Payment plans.
Oh yeah, we have. You could do 4 installments if you use What is it called again? Shopify's version of Shopify.
ShopPay.
ShopPay. It's called ShopPay. I think we are trying to get Afterpay. So we're trying to sign up for that. But I know also we accept PayPal, and you can also use PayPal credit too, which I love using PayPal credit.
Yeah, I think. Let's see. Are you going to teach technical stuff like where to get royalty-free music, how to shoot and edit?
Oh yeah,
or
that's.
is it more for advanced students who already know how to create videos?
Oh no. I'm gonna also like share some basics, where I like to get my own music. Basically, I'm sharing how I do everything.
Yeah.
So I'm pretending as if you don't know anything.
Yeah.
I'm essentially sharing that.
Yeah, but it's one of those things. Even if you do know and you started already, it's a good refresher because like you can kind of reassess how you're doing it.
I'm gonna focus the camera. I just realized we're out of focus.
I'll be in the middle.
Why is this? Oh, it's better here.
Nice.
It's bothering me.
But like we said, when you turn your homework, there's a section for comments and messages for Michelle. So that's like the best place to ask them. If there's any specific questions you have, you can ask it there, and then she can get to it during her live on Discord. Or if there's enough of them, then we can include it in the workbook at the end, or as an extra chapter at the end also.
Will we need anything for the course? I mean, as long as you have like a phone or a computer, I would say that's the most basic.
Yeah,
since
so
this is going to be digital, and I'm gonna try my best to accommodate to most people.
Yeah.
So even though like the demo I'm gonna give, I'm using my laptop, but I actually do work a lot from my phone now, especially these days with like TikTok and everything.
Yeah.
I'm noticing, and even with you too, right, Tom? Like you're editing more on your phone now, right? Yeah, I'm editing a lot more on my phone these days if I'm going to upload Reels and TikToks and stories.
Will we be notified if you make edits to the program? Yes. So Discord is a great place where everyone can stay in touch with each other. If there's new materials, it would actually show on the class, because when you have, when I purchased it, and then it shows like 1 out of 3 lessons completed. So if there's an additional, so say you completed, it says 3 out of 3, and the next day it'll say 3 out of 4 if we happen to add something. So you would be notified on Discord, and it will show you on there. Most likely if we do add something, it'll be at the final week, so you'll get it then. Let's see, other questions. Would this be suited for online creators only? I'm a fiction writer and graphic novelist in traditional publishing.
Oh yeah, 1000%. Oh my gosh, so many. Just hearing, just even your question, like I'm already thinking of so many different possibilities that you can explore, and it's going to be so exciting. Yeah, how fun. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Like what I'm actually looking forward to most is once everyone's done with the course, I'm going to be I'm just looking forward to seeing everyone's work, their creativity, just seeing how you're going to flourish and everything. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I really hope you can like launch something really cool with your talent.
Will we be able to reach you through Discord? We have questions between sessions. So I think
Especially when I go on live, you can actually ask me questions just like this.
yeah, that would be the best time to ask questions. But if you do have questions, Michelle's sister is actually helping to read everything on Discord.
Yeah, just send a ticket.
So
If you have like a very important question, just send a ticket on Discord.
Yeah.
And then she can find it and handle it and let me know.
Is the program a lifelong access? How long is the website going to be up?
Well, that's a good question because this is the first time I'm doing this. I don't know if I'm going to do another like season 2. I don't know. Like I'm open to it, but I this is the first time I'm doing a course, so I want to first see how I'm going to what the experience is going to be for me.
But I think the current website will be up for like a year. So it'll be up for a year at least.
Oh yeah, like for that, yeah. You'll have access to it. I mean, if you bought it, that's you're gonna have access to that.
Yeah, so you could download the PDF and you have the Discord server to stay in contact with everyone.
Yeah, and you can even, I think you can even, can they download the videos? I think they can download it, right?
Take a look. I think
I thought I saw the option too.
If there isn't, I think we can add it through an email or through Discord, probably, right? What is deadline for enrollment?
It's going to be this coming up Wednesday.
Yeah.
When the first chapter launches.
Yeah.
So, doors close Wednesday.
I've only made super short videos without too much content. Is storytelling going to be covered?
Absolutely. That's actually going to be mostly chapter 2. It's going to be mostly around storytelling. And I think it's actually the most important skill to have as a creator.
Yeah.
I would say the top skill is to be a good storyteller.
Will today's live be saved?
Maybe. We'll see. Probably. Yeah, I could save it for like 2 days.
Depends on the audio quality.
Yeah, it depends on the audio quality. It's so true.
But let's see. Okay, this one's a fun one. Will the course discuss how to navigate taxes as a creator?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I could bring on someone that can help you with that, but I feel like
it's different depending where you live. So
exactly. It's not my area of expertise. I actually hire people for that.
So she'll try her best.
Yeah, I will try my best, but no promises. No promises.
Is the course going to cover content creating through different platforms?
Absolutely, because we are going to focus on content formatting and seeing the different platforms as distribution channels. That's how I want everyone to address it when they go about it, is don't see it as like, oh, I need to post it on this and that. Like, really see the possibilities of it being like, just how, if let's say I'm a movie and I have $100 million marketing budget, distribution channels for me would be billboards, radio, commercials, TV commercials, movie commercials. Those are distribution channels. So that's really how you should see all these different platforms are different potential distribution channels that can get your content out there.
Can you create a Facebook group so everyone can stay in touch?
Oh, maybe. I could. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna, let's save that.
Okay. And then could you also go through accounting, budget, taxes, aka business part of digital creating as well?
Well, there is going to be a business section in chapter 4, which will be very just more universal for people, because I feel like if we were to dive deeper into that, that would be an essentially completely new course that I would have to launch just for the business side.
Do you think age is a problem? I'm 37. Is it too late to explore?
No, I'm 35, and I feel like I'm even excited to like re-enter back into the space and create again. And also like the internet isn't only for young people. Everyone's on it. There's 6 billion people in this world who are online right now. They're not all like what is it, like Gen Zs and millennials. Like there's people who are much older too.
Now, if we aren't going down the influencer route, how relevant would this say this course for businesses, such as if we're doing e-commerce?
Oh, super relevant. Because this will also help you if you want to have your own in-house creators at your business. It could also help you develop strategies to work with creators for marketing. And you could even essentially become a creator yourself if you are a brand owner.
Yeah. Let's see. Is there other questions? Sorry, Kyle's doing his best to send us as many questions.
No, it's okay. I think we're pretty good. I'm ready to like do the demo too.
Okay, so she wants to show you how she edited one of the videos that's on a part of the intro, right?
Yes.
Her intro video.
So I'm gonna begin now. All right, perfect. So when you enroll into summer school, you're gonna see a video that is essentially in a letter. It's an intro letter that I wrote. And at first I didn't know if I wanted to film a video for it, but when I got home last night, I realized if I were a student, I would love to watch a video like that. I would love my first experience with summer school, if it was by me, would be a video from Michelle. So I placed myself in the shoes of the audience, and I created essentially something I wanted to make. So the idea came really late in the morning. It was 2 a.m. and it was just in my head, and I was thinking like, damn, do I have time to film this and everything? So I had to time out how long it would take for me to do the voiceover. And I did a quick recording on my phone, which is essentially here, and it's essentially around like a 2-minute mark. Can everyone let me know if you can hear? Let me just play like a song real fast. Can you guys actually hear from my desktop?
This course to help anyone who is looking for guidance in this space. I believe if you can speak, write, thank you for joining this
community. Can you hear this, everyone?
Although I had tons of successes,
no,
I also had my fair share. I've been creating content online since I was a teenager. Still feels like yesterday when I first discussed. I also had my fair shares and losses, and you can become a creator.
Okay, great. So this was on my phone, and that following morning, I remember when I was filming it, I'm like, okay, I'm probably going to go on phan5.com and buy like a bunch of these like stock videos, and that's actually what I did. I had a bunch of this lined up. Oh wait, hold on, let me sorry, let me redo this. Whoops. Bam. Okay, sorry about that, everyone. Let me just, I was not paying attention. Okay, now we're back. So this was the idea. Like I would have like a nice, cause it's summer school, the brand is all about like, the branding is very like summery and naturey. I wanted like a bokeh looking type of background, blurry greenery, and then maybe like subtitles and everything. But as I was watching it and listening to it, I got bored.
I created this course.
I was like, man, I don't even want to watch this, you know? So I decided to take a different strategy and go through a library of all of my old videos, which I will show later. But if you listen closely to the audio quality, I want you to hear the phone quality that I have. This is what I had as a test, okay?
Still feels like yesterday when I first discovered the internet.
It's not bad, right? But of course, me caring so much about audio quality, because we live in this age now with even TikTok. Audio is the first impression you get now from content. It's audio first and then visuals. So I emphasize so much more now on my audio quality. And so I record using this mic. It's called the Shure mic. It's the SM7B mic. This is the one that Joe Rogan uses. That's why his voice sounds lovely, and so does mine. And so I normally record using QuickTime. So I will go on QuickTime, and I will do like a quick audio recording. Curious if it would pick it up if I'm using this. Let me see. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, nice. Okay, so it does work. Great. Want to make sure when you first work on the audio, you want it to go to dual dual mono instead of stereo, so that you don't only hear it from one side, you hear it from both. And then I'll bring up the volume to around like 12. But I want to make sure it's not peaking. So if you see that little yellow, I'm just going to bring it down just a hair. And sometimes what I like to do too, if I go to like a 12, then I will go to EQ. I'll just go to audio and I'll type in limiter and just limit so it doesn't hit and spike. Which does that. So it's going to sound better.
Dearest creator.
Whoa, so much better.
I created this course to help anyone who's looking for guidance in this space.
Wow. Compared to this.
And explore the depths of my curiosity.
Right? You can already hear the difference in the quality. In a way, you have to... like audio is almost like visuals. There's an aesthetic to it. There's a mood to it. There's almost like a texture to audio. And I feel like since a lot of people know me from my voice and they like hearing my voice, it's soothing, I decided I wanted to punctuate and invest more in my audio quality instead of just my video. So I'm a believer in investing more in audio and then just film with your phone. Like, don't worry about camera quality. And also like keep in mind, like most quality things that you want to invest in, it's really for you. Like even this live that I'm doing, technically I could have shot this entire thing with my webcam. And I'm sure a lot of you would have been totally fine with that. But I want to make me happy. I want to make my creative eye happy. And this is why I wanted to use my Sony camera with my Sigma lens, with my Hollywood lens on it, and then having this mic. This is all personal for me. So you don't have to follow exactly my philosophy. There's tons of creators and even TikTokers where they're just using their mic from their phone and they do so well. They're super successful. So think of like all of these tools are extensions of you, and you are the ultimate tool. If you can make content with a basic ass phone and basic ass quality, audio quality, and it's still amazing, then that means if you were to upgrade everything, it would still be amazing. So keep that in mind, okay? Okay, so, and I'll also, like on Discord, I'll also show you how I edit on the phone too. It's just hard to do it through this whole setup that I have, because I can't just stream. I haven't figured out how to stream on my phone and everything. But on Discord, I can do it. So going back to editing this, I am going to now put in the real audio and get rid of, whoops. Let me do that. Actually, let me just disable this, make it easier. Okay, so I have good audio now.
Speak.
Right? And what I'll do is I'll cut up everything. I want to make sure everything's cut up.
Creator.
It's like, okay, I like that version, but let me hear the other ones.
Dearest creator.
That's okay.
Welcome to summer school.
Let me hear more.
Dearest creator.
So it's going to be a lot of repetition. As you're creating, you're going to get used to hearing the sound of your voice and seeing yourself too, if it's visual. Get used to repetition. And what I've noticed is the more I'm being consistent and I'm repeating myself, the takes that I do later are the ones that hit home run for me.
Welcome to summer school.
Look at that. Like, listen to this one.
Welcome to summer school.
And then like,
welcome to summer school.
You can already hear the difference between the two. This one is more warm, has more body.
Welcome to summer school.
It's more welcoming. So I'll do like a whole thing where I edit the whole thing, which I already did. So I'm not gonna like do the whole thing because it's gonna be really long and very boring. But remember how I had like these branches? I decided, you know what? I'm gonna enhance the storytelling even more and just add more visuals. So if you have a brand, if you are the brand, if you just want to create content for yourself, the more visuals you can add to the content, the more engaging and interesting it's going to be for the audience, where they're not going to get bored so easily. So I decided, but the thing is, it takes extra work. So if you're willing to put in that extra work, it's going to look amazing. So this is now, instead of using the stock video, which I had originally with Phan 5, and it could have been nice with text and everything, like a nice little letter, I decided to add enhance the storytelling by adding more of my older clips on this video.
Dearest creator, welcome to summer school. I want to personally thank you for joining this community. I created this course to help anyone who's looking for guidance in this space. I believe if you can speak, write, see, think, and make things, then you can become a creator. There's a job.
You can see how it's a million times more engaging, just that alone. And this is why the first 3 seconds of your content is the most important. Just think of the first 3 seconds. 3 seconds is all you have to grab someone's attention before they continue scrolling and looking for something else. So that's why if you have good audio and good visuals, and on top of that, good music, GG, you're good.
Dearest creator, welcome to summer school.
Boom, 3 seconds right there. TikTok, same thing. I would say like 2 seconds like 1 to 2 seconds. Like people, they have a very short attention span on TikTok, but like 3 seconds, that's like a nice round, like that's a nice number to think about. I think YouTube, you could get away a little more. I've noticed even for me on YouTube, I'll give a YouTube video a good 10 to 20 seconds before I decide to commit or to just move on to the next video. So you have more room to play with. But if you're making content mostly on TikTok and Instagram Reels, I would stick with the hard rule of the first 3 seconds, because attention is the most precious commodity on the internet. And there's an oversaturation of so much content out there for people. They're constantly getting bombarded and distracted. Those 3 seconds make it worth it. And so the rest of the video, you can watch it once you enroll in summer school. I actually watched this video 10 times. I love this video. It's such a good video. And this video came because I was in such a good flow state. Like I was excited to create it. I didn't have to make it, but I wanted to. Yeah. So that's going to be part of the charm that you're going to have to keep alive, like keeping that excitement of creating alive, because if you don't have that, your videos will start looking repetitive. It's going to start feeling boring, and people are going to drop off. And so how do you keep it alive is make things for yourself. Like I made this video for me, because I knew I would enjoy it, and I knew if I would enjoy it, you would enjoy it too. And another tip I would like to add, if you want to make your content even more engaging and you want to reach a wider audience, is creating subtitles. Especially for people who can't hear, subtitles are like, I grew up watching anime, so I'm so used to just, even Game of Thrones, when I was watching Game of Thrones, I can't hear these people, like the sound and, their accent, I can't hear it, they're whispering. I subtitle everything. I would say 90% of the content I watch, subtitled. And keep in mind too, people who are watching content without headphones, they're in a public space, so they want to turn the volume down. Having subtitles will keep your audience more engaged with your content. And so something I've learned as a creator is I've learned how the more empathetic I am, the more I think about the viewer, the better my content is, because I care about their experience. And so something to keep in mind is the more you tap into your emotional intelligence and you can bring that out into your content, I would say just the more wonderful your content is going to feel and look for your audience.
So this is Adobe.
Now I'm on Premiere. So I highly recommend Premiere Pro for subtitling. There's a bunch of services that charges you like, I think $1.50 or something a minute to subtitle, but this, and it starts getting expensive though, those services. Premiere Pro does it for you. It's a built-in program and it's really good. I actually used it for the first time this morning. So what I'm teaching you is super fresh. So what I'm going to do is import this media, drag it on the timeline. I use Premiere Pro, but I find that I edit faster on Final Cut. But Premiere Pro, I love it for color correction and now for subtitling. Like this is like game changer for me. So go to Window, and then you're going to go to Workspace and click on, oh, we're already here, Caption. Great. Wait, why is this not working? Hello? Oops. Wait. Oh, here we go, Caption. So click on here, Caption, and you're going to transcribe the sequence, and you can select any language. It's so cool. I should do Korean and ask Kyle if it's right. But of course English. And what's cool about this is it can also recognize different people speaking, which I thought was so awesome. Like, holy crap. Like, I wish I had this when I started off, because before I had to like manually do everything. So
They asked, do you enjoy the editing process?
oh, I love the editing process. I almost feel like editing process is very therapeutic for me. So if it's not for you, then maybe find someone that you think can help you, whether it's a friend or family member that you think would enjoy this process. What would you say, Tom? Is editing like pretty therapeutic for you? Like, do you enjoy it? I like it too.
Really enjoy it, yeah.
I enjoy it too. If it's art, honestly. It's another form of creativity, in my humble opinion. It might not be for everyone, because it requires a certain type of like technical skill, but also being meticulous. And you have to care. Like, the more you care about what you're editing, the better your content's going to be. But look at this. Like, isn't this amazing? It just did it for me. It's so easy. And then here you can just go in and just check any spelling errors or anything. And everything looks really good to me. Great. I'm going to just say yes, close caption. And you can select the format, how you want it to look. I'm not into the technical details. I watched a few YouTube videos to understand that I don't need those technical details. I'm just going to say create, boom. It's going to create the captions. So something about summer school is I'm not going to go hardcore with technical details, because I feel like you don't need to know the technical details unless you specialize in that. So if you're like an audio mixer and that's your specialty, yeah, heck yeah, you're going to need technical skills. But I've floated through my whole career by knowing just the basics.
Yeah.
And it's more intuitive than it is about technical.
Yeah. Sometimes knowing more can confuse you.
Totally.
Until you know all of it.
Yeah, exactly. I've been using Photoshop since I was like 12, and I still don't know all of it. There's so much more to learn. Mm-hmm. Okay, so here, now we have all the subtitles. It's here. And what's so cool is I can just click on here, and it just takes me directly there. Or here, I go directly there. Freaking love Premiere for this. Now it's hard to read. You see it right here. It's becoming really hard to read. So what I'm going to do is select the subtitles, and I'm going to add a background in the back, darken it, change also the text, because the text is hard to read. I like using the text circular. Circular is super easy to read, in my humble opinion, and I like to make it a little bigger. And I'm going to make the background also a little bigger too. And it's this weird gray color. I'm going to just make it black. Call it a day, and there you go. Like that. And also, I like rounded corners. That's just me. But since it's rounder, then I have to make this a little bigger. But that's it. Boom. And if you need to like change things, like go in a little more. So let me see.
There are 8 billion people on the planet. Over 6 billion have phones now, which means 6 billion people have access to the online world.
Okay, so I'm not speaking there. So I'm going to just
online world.
See the audio right here. I'm just going to just cut that. Boom.
Access to the online world.
So you can like go in, like tweak it. You don't have to, but it's just nice if you want to. I don't think people are really going to care. Again, like something I had to learn as a creator is don't treat everything like an art project. Mm-hmm. You know, like let go. Like sometimes I'm putting so much effort into my stories, and I have to tell myself stories are like tissue paper. Like people will blow their nose on it and just toss it away. Don't put so much effort into just a story. Like a YouTube video, yes. A TikTok, I mean, like, again, TikTok, I also feel like it's a lean back experience, meaning like people go on TikTok and they're receiving things, but on YouTube it's more intentional. You're going on to search things. So that's why you have to put more intentions behind your content for YouTube. And with TikTok, because it's a lean back experience, the content format is going to demand just a different level of energy from you. So from here, it's good. It looks great. I'm very happy with it. I'm just going to export the media, and I already have it done. But once you export it,
this is cool.
It's super cool. You can go to the captions.
Do this in Korean and Japanese.
You can. So there's you can burn the caption into the video, but you can also create a sidecar file, which you can upload, I believe, on YouTube, and it will just do it for you. So like amazing. Like Premiere Pro like popped off with this. But the video is already done. I already finished the video and everything. And it's there for you to enjoy. So that was just like a quick little demo that I wanted to share with you. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, they loved it.
Yay!
Let's do a few questions before we leave. Let's see. For the lives that you do on Discord, they're asking if it could be a little bit earlier because they're sleepy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sleepy too.
And this live will be saved, you said, for 2 days?
Yeah, for 2 days.
Yeah, so you can rewatch it. You have 2 days, I think before the summer school launches on Wednesday. This live will probably be down. Let's see.
And remember, enrollment ends on Wednesday, so
after Wednesday we can't sign up.
Yes.
Yeah, and then the commitment for the homework and the Discord is like 2 hours, and they're asking if it's 2 hours per day or per week.
I wouldn't say. I mean, I don't know. Let's. I would say at least an hour. At least an hour. But if it goes over.
Oh, for the Discord.
For the Discord live, yes.
Yeah, so
at least an hour, yeah.
Yeah, so if the Discord live is about an hour, then the worksheet will be another hour probably. So it's like a 2-hour commitment for the week. If you're a really fast reader or thinker, then it might be quicker. But maybe if you're thinking too quick, you should probably look through it a couple times.
And remember, the worksheets, they are optional. You don't have to do any of this. You can literally just have it there, and they're good thought starters for you. Like, they're good thought experiments for you to think about. But I would say like it's optional. But there's a reason why we made these worksheets. Like, I can even show you
the stacks.
The freaking stack is insane.
Just bring the whole. Yeah.
Originally, I was going to show like
this. That's the original design, but it's slightly different.
Yeah, we have like at least 80 pages. Oh gosh, there's a lot. There's a lot in here.
Yeah. Discord Live is saved, and it will be saved for everyone to see. This live will be saved for 2 days, she said. And then the candle does not smell like a jasmine rice scrub. It smells like it smells summery for summer school because she wants it to smell like summer all the time, bright and happy. So it is a bergamot.
It's
focus.
very summery. I love it. We need to make it a permanent candle. It's literally one of my favorite candles now.
It's a digital workbook, but after you finish the course, you will be sent a physical one with the addition of the questions that everyone inputted. We'll have it answered and included in the worksheet as an addition. So you can have the physical workbook to share, to hold onto, to read whenever you feel lost. Kyle, moderator, please.
See, this person's marketing too.
Candles. So it's a team project actually. So Michelle, she chose the aesthetic of the candle and she chose the scent. So she had a brief of what she wanted the scent to be. I physically did the drops to try to create what she wanted from her imagination. And she's the one who tested all the candles and chose which one is the best. And then our friend, she has a candle business. It's called With You, Y-E-U, it's Vietnamese. She's the one that's hand pouring the candles. It's made out of rice wax and soy wax, so it is vegan. The sticker of it is made by Michelle's sister, Crystal. Yeah, so it's like a whole group. And then the artist that made the artwork for the outside box is Avery, right? Is that her name? Avery?
Yeah.
Yeah. Avery drew everything for that. So it's a group collaboration for the candle. And we made as many as we can. And it was hours of pouring for her and packing, so I hope you guys like it. Why did you want to create summer school?
I wanted to share, because I see like so many people are getting into this creator space. So many people are, they become famous by accident, and I could tell like there's a lot of stress just like hearing their stories, also like seeing the content they're creating. I almost feel like they're reliving what I was reliving, and I want to be able to help people avoid the pitfalls that I had to encounter, because it was so new for me, and the space was so new, and there was no one who did it already that I could also follow. So I want to be able to set and share good examples, and also like provide insights that have helped me too. And I think more importantly, I've been creating content and sharing makeup tips, sharing tips on like how to like draw and art. And now that I'm older and I've grown so much as a person, I feel like I also have so much more I want to share, like so much wisdom that I was able to acquire through my personal experience. And I want to be able to just share this with you. And I know like so many people I meet, they also want to be able to pursue their passion. And I had that same dream too when I was a kid, despite everyone telling me that, you can't do it, or no, stick to what's known, go to college, get this degree, get this job, then like eventually buy a house and do this and do that. And it just felt like I had no choice, like I felt like, wow, my life, like I don't feel like I'm free to explore my potential. And I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Despite what everyone's telling me. And what's been so wonderful about my journey is because I followed my intuition. I was able to have this incredible career, even having an audience like you just listening to me. Like when I was growing up, no one was listening to me. And so I want to be able to inspire you to remind you that you can also have your own audience. There are people out there in the world who are looking for meaningful connection. They want to find a friend. They want to read a great story. They want to immerse themselves in a world that you can create for them. They're out there. They're just waiting for you in a way. And I want to be able to teach you and share with you how you can find them and how you can create this wonderful connection with them.
Yeah, so there's one fun question, which was, can you add some cosmetics to it?
To what?
I don't know.
What? I don't know. We'll see.
I think maybe if you turn in your homework, it would be kind of fun if they.
Oh, that could be cute, like giveaways. Yeah.
So you did say that there are some.
Yeah, there
giveaways.
are prizes and giveaways.
So I think Cosmetic in a giveaway within summer school would be nice.
That could be fun.
What else is apart from Premiere Pro, can you suggest apps for editing videos? What do you use on the phone to edit?
Oh, I use Video Leap.
Video Leap?
I use Video Leap, and also, what's that other one, Tom, that you use? I'm starting to use it too. Yeah, InShot. InShot is really good too.
And then if you have an Android phone like me, you can use Power Director. It is amazing.
Oh.
It's like almost like Final Cut.
Really? Holy crap.
And
okay.
then if you do have a Samsung newer phone, you could plug it as a HDMI.
I just want to remind everyone, don't worry and stress out about equipment.
Yeah.
Seriously, like the first 4 years of my career, I just used the window was my lighting. Mm-hmm. You only want to dial in and get more serious about it once you have a bigger engagement and following, and you're starting to have monetization, and you want to be consistent with uploading, then you want to have a really good lighting setup so that you can film anytime during the day. You don't have to wait for sunlight or anything. But I'm a huge believer in just work with what you have. In fact, it's actually better to work with what you have, because I feel like when you have limitations, that's really where your creativity comes out.
Are you going to teach us how to build a product line?
A product line?
Like
like a brand?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We can give some
I could give some tips on
like where to go,
branding wise, but I feel like I want to keep it as universal as possible, because imagine someone who wants to launch a book or something. I want them to also to be able to understand, but I'm happy to answer any questions during the live Q&A, so make sure you join
Discord,
that.
If you ask. I could give you some tips also, actually.
Oh, Kyle, the food came.
Let's see, what else? What was the program he says he used? That's like Final Cut Pro. Power Director. How do you say that? Power Director. Am I enunciating correctly? But like a director, like in a movie, and then power in front of it. It's on Android only, so if you edit through phone, that's the best one I've found. And if I don't need to do too much color grading or anything, I just do everything on there. It's great for IG.
All right. Our dinner's here, everyone. I want to thank all of you for coming, for showing up. Remember, I'm going to add it right here. If you want to go to summer school, it is summerschool.global. And cart closes this Wednesday. So, yes, you have how many days? A few days left to make a decision, but I am confident. I'm so freaking confident that you are going to learn so much from summer school. And most importantly, the takeaway that you're going to get from this course, it's not only going to help you with being a creator, it's really about life. Like how to approach, how to, I would say, because what I'm teaching you is a philosophy that you can adopt to any industry, whether it's online, offline, but my focus really is online, because I believe the online world is only going to grow. You heard it in the video. There's 8 billion people on the planet. 6 billion have phones now, which means they have access to the online world. And so just think of that potential audience out there. And it's they're like, we have people who didn't grow up with computers, but they're growing up now with smartphones in their hands that are connected to the internet. And so there's just like so many possibilities, and it's only going to continue to grow, being digital. And I know this is still going to be the future. So, what I'm teaching you is a philosophy that will be not only universal, but will give you a lot of longevity in this space, just like me. I've been creating content like since 2005. It's insane. It's just crazy how time amazing. It's crazy. And I feel like a lot has changed, but also a lot hasn't. Like, especially seeing all the trends and everything on TikTok, it's like, it reminds me a lot of when YouTube first came out. Like, I'm seeing so many of the same trends and like excitement and talent and everything. And so it's really cool to see how like even my own experience, it's very cyclical. And so because it's cyclical, it's like, wait, then the stuff that I was doing I can apply it right now and it'll work, and it is. So that's what I'm trying to teach you, and I'm so excited to share. And most importantly, I want to be able to deepen my relationship with you. So I'm really looking forward to having these private Discord lives and connecting with you.
And then they asked for a duration of the lives for Discord. It's going to be minimum of 1 hour, but like Michelle, usually she loves going on live. So when she's in the zone, like today, it'll go on past
we've been on 8, 9,
Sometimes
10.
She's on 4 or 5 hours on live. So it just depends on what she's working on.
But I'm human. I'm going to eventually end the live. So I'm not a robot.
But I think she's scheduling 1 hour.
Yeah, at least 1 hour. At least 1 hour.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, everyone. I hope these lives I've been hosting can give you confidence for the course. And please recommend, send this live to someone that you think this could help, because I know so many people they're just anxious because, we're hearing about on the news how they're talking about the recession and how like so many people, especially in retail world, how it's affecting a lot of jobs. A lot of people I know are in between jobs, and I don't think the answer is the gig economy, which I think it's fine if you want to do it, but I feel like I feel like people in general, they want to find meaningful work. We want to live a life full of meaning.
Yeah.
And we spend so much time working and less time with our life. And so is there a way to blend the two where your work can also bring you meaning too?
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I've been trying to pursue my whole life, and I was able to create for myself. And I want to be able to share that with you and just help anyone out there who is looking for guidance. And so please share this to anyone you think, and maybe even like split the payment with them too, like study together, because I believe like if you can build a family, like a small team of people within your circle of people that you know you can work with, that you can trust, that you can grow together and evolve with, and if they win, you win type of mentality, I think it's going to be so worth it, because I know so many people who are fully now creators, and they're having their friends and family helping them out, and it's like villages. You're seeing like people are having their own little villages, and they're self-sustained, and I think it's so wonderful, and I believe that's the future. So definitely share this with friends and family. It's $500. Like I could have charged so much more money. Like I see prices of other courses, and I wanted to make this affordable. I think $500 is literally a steal for what I'm going to be teaching you. Like literally priceless knowledge and information. Like the stuff I'm giving you for free, this is like, it's nothing compared to what I'm going to teach you.
So I think we should eat. Oh yeah, Lazy, can you be a superstar, please? Can he? Oh, we have a bunny right here hanging out.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
No, Lazy the bunny.
But if you have questions about the candles, I think some people had questions about the candles. If you message on when you turn in your homework, again, you could turn it in twice, I think. You could include the message there, or if you are on Discord, you can include the message there, and then we'll get it to the right address. But yeah, if you have questions, then you can go on the Discord, and I think they will help you for sure. But anything else, Michelle?
No, that's it. I'm ready to eat. I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten all day. And just thank you so much for all of you who've stayed. Like there's still so many people who stayed and you're watching. Like I just feel so grateful. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm also a little tired too, so my energy is a little low.
It's like
dipped.
11 almost.
Yeah, I'm always surprised how these Twitch streamers can stream for like 8 hours straight. It blows my mind. All right, everyone. So yes, definitely check out summer school. I'm really looking forward to just meeting everyone. And Wednesday is when enrollment ends and when the first course, the first chapter drops. And every Monday following that, I will be going live on Discord. And you know where to find summer school. Share this with your friends, please. Share it, because I want more people in the creator space, in the creator economy, because I know if we can grow the middle class in the creator economy, it's going to benefit everyone. Everyone. I truly believe that. And I haven't been wrong. I haven't been wrong. So I don't think I'm wrong on this one. All right, everyone. Thank you. We love you. I'm going to leave the live a little so everyone can continue talking. But we love you. Oh, we have Lazy.
Wait, Lazy wants to say bye.
Oh.
Bye.
Bye.
You want me to massage your ear? Bloop, bloop. Hi, Lazy.